Hello everyone. In our last video of national symbol and national integration, we have discussed about meaning and importance of national integration. Next we will deal with the diversity. Diversity, this is manifested in the natural diversity, biodiversity and diversity in the life of the people. We are finding diversity in three ways: natural diversity, biodiversity and in the life of people. First we will see about natural diversity. India contains high mountain ranges, very long rivers and large plains. In the same way, there are regions with severe cold and high temperature. There are hot deserts here. The nature has blessed us with dense forests, cool fresh lakes, waterfalls, attractive beaches and hundreds of small islands. Here in this natural diversity, different types of mountains are there, as well as the deserts are there, and climate is different. In some places it is very cold and it is in some places it is very high temperature is there. These are topics are considered as the natural diversity. Next we will deal with the biodiversity. The biodiversity is huge. Only few nations in the world have such biodiversity. Here in biodiversity means different types of animals, birds, plants, all this called as biodiversity. Next we will see how the diversity is finding in the people, like population diversity. People belonging to different communities live in India. There is a diversity in appearance, physique, language, food, manner, custom and religions. It is required to travel throughout India to know the beauty of life of the people. Here in the population of India, the people are following their own religion, they are having their own languages. Still their food manners is also, food habits are also different, but still people are living unitedly. This considered as a very good strength of India, like unity in diversity. Diversity means differences. Next we will see about the unity in diversity. The living culture of community that has faith in different languages, culture and religion is called unity in diversity. Again, the unity in diversity, instead of their different languages, culture and religion, people are living unitedly, that is called as unity in diversity. India is a diverse nation and ranks second in the world in population. Our country has geographical diversity also. Everyone can follow the religion of his choice and they can mix the social life by way of speaking their own regional languages. Here in India, the people are free enough to practice the regional languages. Like for example, in Karnataka, people are using Kannada. Like when we are moving to Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, they are using their regional language. Like in Maharashtra, people are using Marathi. This also give a different variety to our culture. We can find unity in diversity among different people who live together. People belonging to multicultural who have faith in different languages, culture and religion live in India. We find unity in diversity among the people who lead to a variety of life. Our constitution has recognized the diversity. Diversity is the strength of India and never a weakness. Because of this diversity itself, India has become a more powerful country and it is a strength of India. Next we will see what are the factors that hindering the national integration. Hindering means that become an obstacle or problem in national integration. National integration, again unity. First three factors are there, like casteism, communalism and regionalism. First we will see about casteism. Casteism means looking down upon the people of other castes. A feeling of superiority of one's own caste is called casteism. Casteism is dangerous to the feeling of unity. The caste feeling have spread in all walks of our life. Therefore, the narrow feeling are developed. Therefore, the caste system is hindering the unity of the country. Caste system means when you are giving more importance and considering other castes lowest position, that time it is called as casteism. And second point here, communalism. The feeling of superiority of one's own religion over other and fighting only for the sake of religion is known as communalism. Communalism disrupts peace. Therefore, it leads to the loss of property and life. Apart from this, it is also disrupt the feeling of friendship and harmony. Communalism has become an obstacle by way of creating misunderstanding among the people of different religion. Communalism has corrupted our development. Because of the communalism, the development is also not possible to a certain extent. And communalism, again the same thing, when you are giving more importance to your religion and considering other religion as lower, that is called as communalism. And after communalism, the next point which is a hinder in national integration, that is regionalism. Regionalism is another factor endangering our national integration. It is the feeling of one's narrow commitment towards one's own geographical region. At the same time, since our constitution recognizes the federal structure of a state, preserving regional languages, culture and administration is also important. Hence, one-sided love of regionalism that affects the national integrity is not healthy. Regionalism means when you are giving more importance to a region where you are living, that is called as regionalism. We should understand that we are the Indians first. To achieve the national integration, first we have to understand, first of all, we are Indians, and afterwards we are following, and then we are also a part of a region or language. Regionalism should not become separatism. This hurts the national integration. To a certain extent, regionalism is good, but it is overly followed, then it is not good for the country, and it's not become a separatism. The country should not be divided on the basis of regionalism, and people should live unitedly. With this, we have completed that whole chapter, national symbol and national integration. Hope it is clear for you. If you are having any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you.